Dear students, a very good afternoon to all of you. So last time we were reading The Voice of Conscience. We read up to half, means a tensed situation is there. Already Jumman and Alagu Chaudhary, who had been bosom friends, their paths have differed. They have now parted. They are not in speaking terms right now, because there was a panchayat that has been held to judge whether Jumman was right or his aunt Khalajan, she was right. Because it was told that Jumman, though he was enjoying the properties that he got from his aunt, did not take care of his aunt. And moreover, he used to chide his aunt. His wife also used to chide his aunt. They did not even provide her enough food, at least the little amount of food that she needed to survive. And for that little amount, they used to chide her a lot. So Alagu Chaudhary was made the Panch. Everyone was expecting that Alagu would deliver a judgment that will be for Jumman, but something miracle happened. It was the conscience of Alagu that arose, and he delivered the exact judgment which was just and appropriate. For Jumman, it was a treachery. He considered Alagu to be his enemy, though they used to exchange a few words once they have met. But inward, in Jumman's heart, the fire of revenge was burning steadily. So what happens after that? It was Alagu who bought a pair of bullocks from some. But one of the bullocks died, and he sold the other one to Samju Shahu. Samju Shahu was known to be a person who used to torture all his domesticated animals. He tortured a lot that bullock, but on the other hand, he gave little food to it. So consequently, the bullock, it grew weaker and weaker and weaker. So one day, when that bullock was pulling a cart full of goods, and that was extremely heavy for it, in the process, it succumbed to its injury. It lay down on the road. Mr. Samju Shahu, he came down, he kicked the bullock, he patted it, but nothing happened. So the bullock died. Samju Shahu was sleeping in his own cart, while in the middle, some plunderers, some thieves, they come and they plundered all the wealth that he was carrying. Thus, losing the bullock and the wealth that he was carrying, at the same time, Samju Shahu became really very angry and disappointed with his fortune. So next time when Alagu asked Samju Shahu to return the money that he promised to pay as he bought the bullock from Alagu, it was then when Samju Shahu directly told it on his face that he was not entitled, he was not bound to give him the money. What was the reason? That it was Alagu who sold him a weak bullock, a diseased bullock. The bullock was faulty, it could not walk much, and all other blames were put up by Samju Shahu. Alagu requested further, but he was completely indifferent to all the requests of Alagu. What happened after that? There was another time. One more time there was a panchayat held under the same banyan tree. All the members of the villages, they were standing there, and it was Jumman who made, it was Samju Shahu who made Jumman the Panch, because he knew that Jumman had nourished a great grudge against Mr. Alagu. So everyone was expecting that Jumman would deliver something that will go against Alagu. But again, the moment Jumman became the judge, he became the Panch, his conscience aroused, and he could feel that something, a kind of sea change was taking place inside him. He could feel that he cannot follow the path of revenge. By and by, all his concentration was there, what is right and what is wrong, who is correct and who is telling the lies, who should get the judgment. All these things were reverberating inside his brain. There was no such voice, not even the faintest shout of revenge inside his heart. It was filled with conscience and justice. So the proceeding began, and Samju Sahu was questioned by Jumman. Again, it was Samju Sahu who became really astonished on hearing all the questions from Jumman's side, because he was expecting Jumman to be unfair, he was expecting Jumman to be partial, but again it was Jumman who proved himself to be an impartial person. So after that, what happened? After that, it was told that Samju Sahu, you are wrong. Whatever the allegations you are making against Alagu, it is baseless, and we expect you to pay the amount that you were supposed to pay to Alagu as soon as possible. Not only that, there was villagers who blamed Samju Sahu for maltreating and torturing his domesticated animals. That was almost unbearable for them. At that, Alagu told that this is not within the purview of the jurisdiction of Panchayat. I am not here to judge whether Samju Sahu or how Samju Sahu should treat his domesticated animals, but I can tell you how Samju Sahu can treat other human beings, Homo sapiens. Though it is wrong treating the animals in such a way, but I cannot pass any judgment against it. All I can do is that I can order Samju Sahu to pay Alagu his due within a particular time, within a stipulated time. So it was again everyone's surprise. To everyone's surprise, it was Jumman who declared judgment for Alagu, though in his heart for so long days he had been nourishing a tremendous fire of hatred against him and a tremendous desire to take revenge. But again, with the rise of the conscience in his heart, it was again Jumman that forgot all his enmity, and he could only hear the sound of his conscience that was shouting inside him. So what we can learn here from this story is that, yes, what I forgot to tell you, that after that it was Jumman and Alagu, they embraced each other, and this is the tough condition, this is the trying condition that actually tested their friendship, and this is the fire, the 24-carat friendship in between Jumman and Alagu was again brought back. It is the fire of judgment that actually burnt out all the impurity that was there stuck inside in between their friendship. The impurity was burnt out, it was burned to ashes, and again the 24-carat friendship was brightening there before everyone. They embraced each other, they understood what was their fault and how they misjudged each other, because none of them had heard the voice of conscience before. Unless both of them could hear it, both of them experienced it, only then they could understand what it is and how strong the pull of your voice of conscience is. So they again became friends and they stayed happy ever afterwards. So what we have to follow here from this story is that it is our duty to find out the just thing, the correct thing. And you have to be indifferent towards all kinds of relations, all kinds of strings that you have attached with something others. Justice should be your only motto. Once you follow it, you will reach a state of mind which you can call peaceful. That is what we are running after. We need peace. But in order to find out peace, you don't need to go here and there. You just have to have a better introspection. You look into yourself, and then the truth will come before you. That is how the whole thing will be done. It's a nice story to read and a nice moral that the author had bequeathed for all the readers, and especially talented readers like you are. I am really proud of your class. Thank you very much, students. We will meet again. Thank you very much.